Alright, hi, my name is Talal Hanjal, season number 100694286. And today I'm going to be talking about Apple. I'm going to be talking about the history and why Apple is so successful. So, what is Apple? Apple is an American multinational technology company headquartered in Cupertino, California, that designs, develops, and sells consumer electronics, computer software, and online services. It is considered one of the big tech technology companies alongside Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook. History of Apple. Apple was established on April 1st, 1976 by Steve Jobs. Steve Wozniak and Ronald Wayne to sell the Apple I personal computer kit. The Apple I went on sale in July 1976 and was market priced at $666.66. Apple's first product was sold as an assembled circuit board and lacked basic features such as a keyboard, monitor, and case. Between 1981 and 1985, Lisa and Macintosh. The model from Apple's 1984 ad set in a dystopian future model after set the tone for the introduction of the Macintosh. In 1984, Apple next launched the Macintosh. In 1985, a power struggle developed between Steve Jobs and CEO John Sculley, who had been hired 2 years earlier. Jobs resigned from Apple and founded Next the same year. Between 1986 and 1993, rise and fall. The Macintosh Portable was Apple's first portable Macintosh computer released in 1989. Apple introduced the PowerBook in 1991. The success of the PowerBook and other products brought increasing revenue. Microsoft continued to gain market share with Windows, while Apple was delivering a richly engineered but expensive experience. Between 1994 and 1997, attempts at reinvention. The Newton was Apple's first foray in the PDA market, as well as one of the first in the industry. In 1994, Apple allied with IBM and Motorola in the AIM alliance. Apple introduced the Power Macintosh, the first of many Apple computers to use IBM's Power PC processor. Between 1998 and 2005, returned to profitability. On August 15, 1998, Apple introduced a new all-in-one computer reminiscent of the Macintosh 128K, the iMac. The iMac design team was led by Jonathan Ive, who would later design the iPod and the iPhone. iMac sold almost 800,000 units in its first 5 months. On October 23rd of the same year, Apple announced the iPod Portable digital audio player. Between 2005 and 2007, the Intel transition. The MacBook 15.4-inch widescreen was Apple's first laptop with an Intel microprocessor. On January 10, 2006, the new MacBook Pro and iMac became the first Apple computers to use Intel's Core Duo CPU. Apple also introduced Boot Camp to help users install Windows XP or Windows Vista on their Intel Macs alongside Mac OS X. So between 2007 and 2011, iPhone, iPod Touch, and iPad. Apple launched the App Store to sell third-party applications for the iPhone and iPod Touch. Store sold 60 million applications and brought in $1 million on average. Apple released the 4th generation iPhone, which introduced video calling, multitasking, in a new uninsulated stainless steel design. Apple announced a large screen tablet-like media device known as the iPad on January 27, 2010. Between 2011 and present, Steve Jobs era. On January 17, 2011, Jobs announced in an internal Apple memo that he would take another medical leave of absence to allow him to focus on his health. Apple became the most valuable consumer-facing brand in the world. In June 2011, Steve Jobs surprisingly took the stage and unveiled iCloud. On October 4th, 2011, Apple announced the iPhone 4S. One day later, Apple announced that Jobs had died. Mark marking the end of an era for Apple. So, the competitive advantage in marketing strategy of Apple. Apple has several competitive advantages over its competitors. First, superior technology products such as MacBooks and iWatch, which are clearly leaders in their market space because of the OS and the technology used. The brand equity. Apple has repeatedly taken the top spot for its brand equity and has a cult following since ages. Revenue over time. Apple has deep pockets due to its high margins. R&D, a major competitive advantage of Apple, is the amount it spent on R&D, keeping its eyes on the future rather than on the present. Why is Apple so successful? Ahead of the curve. Apple is and always has been years ahead of its competitors. Apple has policy of being at least 2 years ahead of the market, which means that an Apple product such as the first iPhone released in 2007 had completely dominated the market before competitors like Samsung and Motorola came out with their devices in 2009 and 2010. This principle of always staying ahead of competition by designing and producing products that are to be released years into the future has set Apple apart from most companies. 2. Improvements in branding. With every new Apple product, there is some technological advancement that was not seen in the previous model of the product. This is one of the reasons why people flock to Apple stores and stay in line for hours just to buy the new iPhone when it releases. Every update to its operating system, every new camera feature, every new color introduced has incited excitement in its customers. In part thanks to the excellent presentations conducted by Jobs and his successors that have branded Apple as a dynamic force you can't afford to miss. 3. Quality products. Jobs and by extension Apple's main objective for their products was beauty and simplicity. It was paramount for them that their products should be easy to use for all ages, group, and audiences. Apple users will hardly ever complain of typical issues such as app crashing, malware attacks, or frequent annoying pop-ups because Apple's design and programming is near flawless. 4. Customers' experience and retail experience. The reason for Apple's huge success in sales over the years is in no small part to the loyalty they incite in their customers, a fact they are all well aware of. Number 5, range of products. Apple has been consistently releasing a wide variety of products over the years, ranging from phones, laptops, watches, and more, that are steadily expanding. Apple holds no technology not already existing in the market. Their customers still eagerly await the launch of their newest products simply because Apple just does it better. Looking at all of these reasons, it seems Apple's role in the industry is undefeatable. If Apple had taught us anything since its inception, it is that perfection is never entirely reached and that there is always room for improvement. Thank you so much.